So why do business teams die? You see people come together all the time and they're starting a company, they're running for a goal, and then there's something that happens where they slowly start to lose their momentum. You see that happen in sports, you see it happen in families, you see it happen in marriages, but why do relationships die, right? And why are relationships so important? So when there's no love, when there's no trust, you can't build anything without trust, without caring for one another. So today we want to talk about why relationships equal retention and how you can prevent your team from becoming one of these dead business teams that don't survive the journey of entrepreneurship. Let's talk about it. Rule number one, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You can be the richest person in the world. If you want to keep people around you, they need to know that you care about them, that you care about their interests, them as a human being, their families, their kids. And if you try to fake that, like, hey, how's your son? Okay, let's talk about the numbers. If you're genuinely not interested in people, they will not be interested in you or anything that you're trying to accomplish. And if you're doing it as a technique, let me pretend to be interested, it will also be felt. If you're not interested in the people that are coming along with you on this journey and their life and what's going on and what their goals are and what their dreams are, it's going to be felt. You got to care about your people. That's point number one. Point number two, you got to spend time with your guys outside the office. It could be doing anything that you like. Maybe you like to fish. Maybe you like to hike. Maybe you like volleyball. Whatever you like, go do it. Go for a workout. Go to a movie. Go to a restaurant. Do something fun with your guys. Maybe you like yoga. Whatever you're passionate about, just invite people. Not everybody's going to want to come. Not everybody likes that. Maybe you also find out what they like and you go do that with them. But if you spend time with your guys, getting to know them, it's going to go a long way. Point number three, get to know their family, right? If they're married, get to know their spouse. Make sure that their family knows how important that husband or that wife is. Even if they're not involved in the process, the fact that they're supporting them from home, that matters so much. Invite them to the office, invite them to barbecues, invite them to team conferences, invite them as much as possible. We're in a business where a lot of the husband and wives, they work together as a team. That may not be the environment that you're in. Many companies don't even want family around. I wouldn't want to be a part of that environment, and I wouldn't want my wife to be a part of that. So people that value family are going to value the fact that you value their family, their kids. I've even gone to games. Some of my guys have kids that play basketball or they run track, and I've been to basketball games, I've been to track meets, I've been to birthday parties, we've been to baptisms. We've been there also when guys have their kids in a hospital and it's an emergency. You got to be there for people's family. If you can do that, if you can be that person, man, you're going to have a loyal person that's going to follow you wherever you go and isn't going to quit on you because you didn't quit on them. Point number four, believe in people in the bad times. Anybody can believe in somebody when everything's going good, but when things are going bad, do you still see that person as a valuable asset? Do you still see that person as a friend? Do you still see that person as a human being? And if you do, and you can support them, and you can fix that issue, you can have the peace or the patience to deal with that, or the forgiveness to deal with that, they're going to value that because they're going to tell that, wow, this person doesn't just see me as an employee or a worker or an agent or an asset. They actually see me as a person. It's easy to get along with people when everything's going good, but real leaders get along with people when there are challenges. Point number five, speak life into them. Tell them who you see them becoming. In our office, we teach that there's two languages, DCP, discourage, criticize, put down, EPR, encourage, praise, and recognize. Most of us grow up in an environment where we're not being encouraged, praised, and recognized, and when we do something good, it's overlooked, but when we do something wrong, it's highlighted and exaggerated oftentimes. Why would you do that? But you can do 100 things right, one thing wrong, and all we see is what's wrong. So be the leader that sees the good. Be the leader that can see that person for who they can be, not just who they are. Point number six, identify their gifts and their talents and make sure that you tell them why you see them winning, why you see them being successful. I'm an introvert by nature. And while I'm doing this to, get out there and share what's helped me, it's not my natural personality. If somebody was to tell me, you're going to be super successful because you're such an extrovert, I wouldn't believe them. But if I was told, hey, you're going to be super successful because you're so considerate. Hey, you're going to be super successful because you're so committed to what you're doing. Hey, you're going to be super successful because your level of organization, your level of attention to detail. If you tell me something that's really true about who I am and you tie that to why I'm going to be successful, then I believe my talent and my gift will help me get to where I'm going. So highlight, identify, and then highlight what that person's gifts and talents are and connect that to why they're going to be successful. Point number seven, take the time to write them a letter. It's something that we don't do anymore. We live in a culture of text messages, video calls, and it's rarely, just ask yourself this question. When's the last time somebody put how they think about you, their heart, how much they believe in you, into a letter and then mailed that to you? And it was a handwritten letter, 2-3 pages or 1 page. We just don't get that anymore. We'll get maybe a birthday card and happy birthday, son, and boom, sign, love dad, but we do not take the time to sit there and think and write this person a letter. I have a mentor that's written me several letters in my career. Every single one of those letters I've kept. My wife, that's one of the ways that she expresses her love is she'll write me letters. I keep every single one of those cards and I'll read them often. And because I also know that that's her love language, I'll also write her letters. There were times where my mentor was traveling and I'd get a postcard. Hey man, believe in you. Just want you to know you're going to do something special in this world. That meant so much that while this person was in another country on vacation, they took the time to think about it, write that, send it to me. That means a lot. So I've done that. I've tried to carry that tradition where I'll be out, grab a bunch of postcards, send them to my guys, and try to get them out while you're there. So they're postmarked from that person, that location, I'm sorry. Wow, John took the time to write me a letter while he was in Europe? It's such a rare thing today that it's so valuable. So highly recommend you to write people letters constantly. You have no idea how much they're going to save those and how much those things mean to people. Point number 9, have a birthday calendar. I can't tell you how many times I would say, oh, it's your birthday. Oh, and I said, man, I want to get away from this. I want to create a system. I naturally don't remember people's birthdays. It's not because I don't care. There's a lot on my mind. I'm going fast, and it's easy to forget everybody, especially when you have a large organization. So I said, I don't want my busyness to be my excuse or my forgetfulness to be my excuse. So I need to create a system for this. So we got everybody's birthday and we tiered these people. Hey, these are coworkers. Hey, these are partners. These are executives. These are mentors and coaches. These are friends. This is family. This is all the above, right? And we created a system for this to where my assistant will help me and we'll send that out. And I can't tell you how many times I'll get a message from somebody saying, I can't believe you remembered it's my birthday. That meant so much to me. Thank you so much. It shows that you care enough about them to remember the day that they're born. And maybe for you, it's Christmas, maybe it's birthday, but have a system to where you have gifts that you can give to people on days that matter. Maybe it's a client day they became a client. Maybe it's their anniversary. Maybe it's their kids' birthdays. Anything you can do to highlight important dates, that's going to help you build relationships with people. Point number 10, be prepared for people to let you down. When there's a challenge, it's the easiest time is to go your separate ways. But when there's challenges, there are also opportunities to bond that relationship. And so many people are used to them being quit on. Hey, I'm going to quit on this relationship. I don't like you. I'm going to quit on you. Hey, I don't like you. I'm going to break up with you. Hey, I don't like you. I'm going to fire you. When there's conflict and there's challenges, you're not going to like that person. But if you care about them, you don't have to like them to love them. You don't have to like them to lead them in that moment. You also have to be able to separate the sin from the person. Hey, we all make mistakes, and I don't want anybody to hold me to a standard where I don't make mistakes. I don't want anybody to judge me because I don't want to be judged. So in that regard, I don't judge other people. And I had to remind myself of mistakes that I've made along my career so that I could find grace to forgive other people that have made those same mistakes with me that I've made towards others. And when you do that, you have to be strong, but kind. You can still address the issue, but be kind. And if you're not ready to address the issue, then take a moment until you're ready. But be strong and be kind. But you got to be willing to forgive. If you're going to be in a relationship with people long term, and these are going to become business partners to you, you're going to have to forgive that person and start rebuilding the next level of that relationship. And those that can, you're going to build relationships that will last a very long time. And point number 11 is a life hack. Treat them like family. We started a business, and the word that we used was unity. And we're going to embed that into the culture. But the reason why is I come from a very small family. And I said the only thing that you cannot destroy or tear apart is family. And so I'm going to build my business like a family. I don't just want to do business with people. I want to do life with people. And I want to see my guys' dreams and goals become a reality. I want to be there when they have kids. I want to be there when they get married. I want to be there when they go through tough times. I want these relationships to last a lifetime. And if you're that kind of leader, it's going to be felt. So the reason that business teams fail is because they die because they don't have relationships. So don't let us find you in the cemetery of entrepreneurs. Go build relationships with your guys and see what it does for you. It'll change your life. Take care, everybody.